Welcome to the Gaming Lounge. We have this week the crime epic Mafia 2.
3/4 of a mile effective range and extremely reliable.
The best of online with Battlefield Bad Company 2. And then a change of pace with the relaxing DLC game Flower. But first, game news. PlayStation Move has been released, with critics saying the peripheral is great with true one-to-one response. However, the launch lineup is pretty weak and doesn't take advantage of the Move's potential. So it might be worth holding out on this one. Microsoft's controller-free variant, Kinect, is due on November 18. Duke Nukem Forever was announced in '98 and has been delayed and almost cancelled several times, spanning multiple developers. 12 years later, the title has been handed from 3D Realms to Gearbox Software to finally release next year for PC, PS3 and 360, hopefully ending the wait for good. And PS3 owners wanting to play their old PS2 games on their PS3 may finally be able to using an adapter. Sony's filed a patent for a new generation console to previous generation console adapter. Sony was previously planning to reintroduce backwards compatibility after it removed it in 2007 via a firmware update, but nothing further has resulted. The original Mafia was primarily a PC game which was ported onto consoles back in 2002. As a result, for many gamers this will be their first Mafia game. It has been widely hit with criticism about the lack of side missions and things to do in the empty open world in comparison to games such as GTA 4 and Red Dead Redemption. I played the first game and never had an issue with the lack of side missions and stranger missions, anything like that, and I still don't this time around. It's meant to be a cinematic, story-driven game with the sandbox open world as a detailed backdrop. You play Vito Scarletta, an Italian immigrant who at the start of the game is serving in the war before returning to Empire Bay permanently thanks to your buddy Joe. Joe's there in most of your missions, he's chatting away and generally making it feel more real as if you're right there alongside him.
What the hell are you doing, Joe? What? Thirsty. Pretty good stuff. We should try it.
It's a standard third-person shooter with snapping to cover, things like that, pop out and take a few shots, and then you've got your regenerative health, so get back behind cover, wait a while and come out again. There's a nice feel to the weapons, particularly the shotgun, that just feels awesome and really powerful. There's some distractibility, pillars can be chipped away, bottles smashed and boxes broken as you're having a firefight, but that's specifically designed in the structured areas that you'll be actually having firefights in. Generally in the rest of the open world it's pretty limited in terms of the actual damage you can do to the environment. There's nice detail with Vito leaning wincingly away when he's behind cover when he's taking heavy fire. There are some fighting sessions with the basic dodge and attack buttons. You basically just keep on dodging until you find an opening and then have a hit. These work okay, but they're used too much, particularly in the prison section. There's some driving and evading the police. Cops can be very aggressive at times and then really easy to lose at other times, so they're a bit inconsistent and can be quite annoying. The cutscenes just have great voice acting, just really good talent in there. It just comes across so easily and really could be mistaken for a movie.
I'm talking about taking somebody out. Just because someone points his finger at him and tells you to do it.
The only problem is the lip syncing can occasionally be a bit off, but apart from that, the cutscenes are just great and you want to get through the mission just to see the next cutscene. As a result of these really excellent cutscenes that set up each mission, the mission itself seems way more dramatic. The city looks great. It takes place spanning the 40s and the 50s because you do this stint in jail and then come back out. And the detail just throughout the world is really nice. The music, the clothes, the cars, it all just takes you back to that time period and it's really awesome. An issue is the driving back home after every mission. It just seems like it's been tacked on to extend the game. You'll be woken up then with another call of another mission to do, and it just seems like it's just filler really.
Hello.
The single player storyline is a tightly scripted 12 hours of gameplay, but after that there's no multiplayer, which I have no problem with. A lot of people have criticised this, but this is what this game is aiming to be. It's all it's said it's aiming to be. There's Jimmy's Betrayal and Vendetta DLC, which has come up on the PlayStation Store. This is exclusive to PS3, so PS3 owners definitely have the best deal here. Overall, if you like the time period and the old style gangster flicks and that whole style, then definitely pick this up. Just don't be expecting a GTA 4 clone. This is different. It's all about the storyline and tightly scripted missions, but once you understand that going into it, then you'll really enjoy it. Now we have the best of online with Battlefield Bad Company 2. This game had a fairly decent single player with high environmental destruction, which made it stand out, but where the game really shines is in its multiplayer. DICE is no stranger to making really nice online experiences, but they've really outdone themselves on this one. The main advance here is the destructibility of the environments, which carries into its online. So if I shoot a grenade into this wall, it doesn't just leave a scorch mark on the wall, it actually destroys the wall, takes a chunk out, and I can actually walk through into the building now. This is massive when you consider that everyone in the match can do this and the game has to keep track of all of this. This results in gradual destruction of the level and cover during the match until entire buildings are falling down. Because of this, new strategies open up. There's a sniper in a window pinning you down. Just fire a grenade into the building and take out the whole corner that he's standing in. So nowhere is completely safe and you have to keep moving. You can't just expect to be in a building and be hiding. Someone else can just take out the wall and all of a sudden you're exposed. This is just the basics on foot, but then you also have tanks, jeeps, and heaps of other vehicles. These can all be taken down on foot with the right weapon or turret that's around in your base. The match types include Conquest, where you're trying to hold 3 points and hold them as long as you can. Rush, where you're defending or destroying points using charges, and then you progress through the map to a next position, which has great balance because defenders can be struggling throughout the whole match, but their final stand base is actually quite well fortified and they can really put up a good fight here and hold them off until the end of the match. There are classes with specializations, so you have an assault class which can give the other guys extra ammo, you've got medics who can heal and revive other players, you've got an engineer who can repair tanks and jeeps, and I saw a guide where it said a good engineer is one who gets out of the tank before it explodes to actually fix it. Because of these classes, you want to get in a squad that has a good mix, a guy that can heal you, a guy that can stock you up on ammo, and an engineer that can repair the vehicles that you're getting around in. So it really promotes teamwork. You have a leveling up system as you progress through multiplayer and playing more matches, which is similar to your Modern Warfare 2. Extra guns, extra attachments for your guns, more specializations, that sort of thing. And it definitely helps to prolong the life. You just want to keep playing and keep leveling up and keep getting new gear. The sound in the game is just awesome, uses the whole range of channels and you really feel like you're in the middle of a battlefield. Artillery pieces fire off with heaps of bass. Rockets give a whistle as they go by. This combined with the destruction just can get really overwhelming at times, but that's an awesome thing. And if you have a good sound system, I recommend putting it onto war tapes, which increases the bass, just generally makes the sound more intense, the gunfire way over the top, and just watch for the neighbours knocking on your door telling you to turn it down. So overall, if you're not playing this online yet, you should be. The destructibility is awesome, the balancing is perfect. So if you're over Modern Warfare 2 and looking for something with a bit more variety, this one's for you. Now for a complete change of pace, we have Flower, a relaxing mini-game that can be downloaded on the PlayStation Store. This game is great for people who struggle with complex control systems. All you have to press is one button, I prefer right trigger, to fly your pedal forward, and the rest is handled by tilting and twisting your 6-axis controller. The premise is you are a flower bringing colour back to the world, which has become an oppressive metropolis. You start out in the fields and work your way through into the city eventually. All you have to do is hit other flowers to cause them to bloom, and this ends up changing the surroundings. Trees sprout up and colour comes back to the world as you fly along. The visual style is great, with very obvious visual hints making it easy to know what to do next. The sound is an orchestral score that gets added onto in layers with the actual sound effects of you moving through and causing the flowers to bloom. And this also does an awesome job of signifying the change from an oppressive environment to a calm and friendly one. This is a fun game that's deliberately very easy. It's just designed to be relaxing. And it's definitely a great one to unwind with after a few too many intense sessions of Battlefield. And that's it from the Gaming Lounge. Cheers, see you next time.